What is up, guys? My name is Harry Rice and welcome back to the channel. Today's a brand new video for 25 days of Harry. And today it is going to be a different video than what I've done. Recently I did some hockey videos. Now we're going to transform a little bit into more of the video game videos. I got two of these planned. This is going to be the first one. And then tomorrow on the 17th is going to be the second one, which I'm going to film both of these right after each other. But today is going to be kind of, I guess, my story growing up playing video games. Is going to be growing up playing video games, really. I don't really know an exact title, an exact good title to put for this, but I'll try and think of one before it does get uploaded. So yeah, basically growing up, I would play video games a lot. I think it first started when I want to say when I was about 4 or 5 years old. And I'm gonna go off like my first memories playing video games. 4 or 5, I would play a lot of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas on PS2. I wouldn't go around playing the missions or whatever. I'd load up the game or whatever and just boom, go mode. Just go steal cars, drive around, run people over. The typical stuff you would do when you play Grand Theft Auto and you don't really want to play the story. When you don't really want to play the story that much. I always enjoyed it. I always enjoyed playing San Andreas personally. Then I remember something really specific. It was my 5th birthday. I'm pretty sure it was my 5th birthday. It might have been my 6th in '08, but I'm pretty sure it was my 5th birthday. I got Spider-Man 3 for PS2. And I think I have a picture or two of me getting the game for my birthday. If I can find it, I'll put it over the video. If I can find it, I might look on some of the CDs that are here on my desk, but if I can find the pictures, then I'll put them over here. But I remember getting Spider-Man 3 for PS2, and for some reason I was just super happy. I was super happy. I don't know if it was because, oh hey, I have another video game to play other than Grand Theft Auto now, but I loved playing Spider-Man 3. I'd always play the first mission over and over every time I'd load the game because I didn't have a memory card. So I'd load the game, play that opening thing with Bruce Campbell, and then just swing around for like 10 minutes. Like, all right, that's it. Turn off my PlayStation, and then that would be it. And I think that was really like the extent of my video gaming for until just about 2 months ago. No, not 2 months ago. Until probably 4 years later, once we moved, at that point I was really more into movies, and not even really movies, just buying DVDs and watching the trailers on them. I for some reason I had this weird phase, for like 2 years where I would get DVDs, I'd watch the trailers, and that would be it. I'd go on the DVD, look at the special features, see if they had more trailers on the DVDs, and watch those. But once I started getting back into gaming, it was, I would say 2011, maybe 2010, 2011, somewhere around there. Oh, no, sorry. Actually, I completely forgot about this. 2010, actually, I want to say 2010, when we got our first Wii. We got our first Wii. It was from a place called Easy Home. If you guys know what that is, you're an OG. Basically you can get stuff from them, and like you rent it out, or like you pay them as the months go or something like that. I don't know exactly how it went, but we got our Wii from them. And so what we did is there was 6 games it came with. I would have pulled them out now. But this is unscripted. I'm not even going off anything. I want to just make this a fun unscripted video. Otherwise, I would have pulled out some of the games to show you guys them. But there were 6 games, or 6 or 7 games, something like that, to get you started. And what my parents thought is that, okay, we're getting the Wii, or my mom thought, okay, we're getting a Wii, you can choose a game. You choose one of these games that you get with the Wii. And we had originally settled on Super Smash Bros. Brawl, and I wanted Mario Galaxy. But I was asking my parents, oh, what game should I get? What game do you guys think? And Mom said Super Smash Bros. Just because it had more characters, and it was a valid point at the time. It was a valid point. I mean, neither of us really knew what the games were about. But So I forget if we left that day and then came back to get the Wii, or they brought it to the house. I forget what exactly, but we get our Wii, and all the games are there. All 7 or 8 of the games that we were supposed to choose one from, or at least we assumed we would only choose one from. Um, we got all of them, and so I was really excited about getting these games, and so I would play Mario Galaxy so much. I played, I think it was Looney Tunes Acme Arsenal, the first stage, like over and over, trying to beat it. I'm looking at my Wii games over here. I'm trying to see which other ones there were from that from that collection. I can't really see many others right now, but I remember Smash Bros. Brawl. I played it twice, maybe. And I also remember spending time with my uncle. My uncle, the one who, unfortunately, or fortunately has not passed away. Not unfortunately hasn't passed away. That sounded really bad, but I corrected myself. Fortunately hasn't passed away. And I remember he would come over to the house because he lived probably about 10 minutes away. He lived 10 minutes away. And so, often he'd come over and sleep over. And I remember him bringing over his Xbox 360 twice. And he'd bring over his PS2 sometimes. And I remember I actually specifically started liking a lot of the games I did like and do like now because he'd bring over those consoles. Like his 360, he brought that over, and he brought over... I remember playing specifically 3 games with him. One of them was Call of Duty Black Ops, and I think I mentioned it in my video game collection. But me and him, we played Black Ops very briefly. I was on my computer watching Nostalgia Critic, his It review. I remember specifically what it was. I was playing watching Nostalgia Critic here, and literally you turn and the TV's right here, and he has his 360s playing Black Ops Zombies. And I remember turning, I was like, do you mind if I... Dole. What the fuck is Dole? I don't know who Dole is. Screw it. His name is Dole all of a sudden. Dole. I'm from Brooklyn, apparently. Dole. Do you mind? Dole sounds like a name for, or like Doyle. No, not a Doyle. What's the dog's name in Fairly Odd Parents? Not Sparky. The one that, like, Francis the Bully has. The little dog. Is his name Doyle? I feel like his name is Doyle. We're calling my uncle Doyle. Why not? I was like, Doyle. I'm going to laugh a bunch during this video now. I was like, hey, Doyle, do you mind if I play zombies with you? He was like, yeah, sure, why not? Hooked up his controller. I played 2 rounds. I was like, okay, thank you, and watched my videos again. Then I remember Doyle. Another time, I forget if it was that same time or if it was the next time he slept over, but he brought WWE with him. I forget which one it was. I want to say it was... 2000, probably it would be 2010 or 2011. I'm more than sure it was. No, it had to be 2010 because it had the blue circle around the wrestlers, and it would go up as you gain your signature and finisher. So yeah, it was 2010. I'm pretty sure. I played 1 match with him, and for some reason I just remember being like super daisy. I was like looking at the controller. I didn't learn anything. I was just pushing random buttons, and like it was kind of fun, just like pushing the buttons or whatever. But it was like, it was whatever, you know. And then I remember one other game he played with me. I forget which one it was. I think it was NHL 13. It was either 13. It was either 12 or 13. I think it might have been. Actually, no. It might have been 2011. It might have been NHL 10 or 11. Actually, I'm pretty sure it was 10 or 11. Because it was around 2010, I want to say. 2010, 2011 this happened. But I remember he brought over one of the NHL games, and he had to... I forget if he had to help my dad with something, but he was like, hey, can you play for me? Doyle was like, hey, can you play for me? Or whatever. And so I was like, yeah, sure, why not? Take the controller, and after like 2 minutes of just whatever, passing around, I was like... He showed me the basic controls. Oh, this is pass. This is shoot. This is fight or whatever. And so I took a shot. And I think it was my first one. I shot it, and it went in. And I was like, oh, my God, I scored. He came back. He was like, Doyle, I scored for you. And I was so happy. And I think that those are really what started getting me into NHL games. Even though it was only like 4 or 5 years later, I really started to get into actual hockey. It was like 2 years before I got into wrestling. And like 7 years before I started collecting any Call of Duty games. But I remember that. And there was one other thing I remembered that I can't specifically remember. I'm looking at a stack of games here that I pulled out for the next video I'm doing. And I'm trying to remember what exactly it was. It was before the Wii. Oh, but speaking of the Wii, Smash Bros. Brawl actually came with a mode. You get little preview games. One of them was Super Mario Bros. You get like Super Mario Bros. I think it was like Kid Icarus, Ice Climbers. You get Metroid as well. I think you get games. And you get games. No, but you get specific games that you can preview. You can demo these games for a minute. Or it was varied. I think it was like a minute to 3 minutes. And I always remember playing Super Mario Bros. Trying to get through it as quick as I can. I think that was really the beginning of what I would want to become as a speedrunner. I didn't know. It was like, I was just like, oh, I want to get through the levels as fast as I can before the time limit runs out, you know? And it wasn't that great, especially because it's with a Wii controller. You can't really do that much great things with a Wii controller in terms of Super Mario Bros. But I think that's really what got me into starting to play NES games as well. Like, it was rooted from when I was a kid, you know? PS2 with Grand Theft Auto, I started like violent video games then, technically. WWE and NHL because of my Uncle Doyle. And arguably Call of Duty. I don't mind Call of Duty, but it's just a fond memory. But 2011 is when I really started to, I guess, start to really, really get games. I would get some games for my birthday and Christmas. Like, I remember, I see right over here, Cars on the Wii. I got that for my 9th or birthday, I want to say. 9th or 10th birthday, I think. Destroy All Humans, Big Willie Unleashed. My Uncle Doyle got that for me for Christmas one year. Iron Man, my Uncle Doyle gave that to me, I think, for my birthday one year. Glacier 3 The Meltdown, my mom got that for me from Giant Tiger one year. Like, I remember a majority of these games where I've gotten them from and when I got them for some reason. But 2011 especially was the year that, like, I started to get games because at the dollar store, they'd have PC games like Rock Tour for $2. And so every time I would go to the dollar store, well, now I'm getting little, I actually have something right here. I'm accidentally using props now. These, like, pristine 15 hockey cards, which I do have a video on that coming out in the future. Something very interesting about those cards. But while now it's the pristine hockey cards, back in 2011 through 2014, 2013, I would always go to the dollar store and look at their movies and game selections and always pick up a video game. I'd always pick up a PC game. 95% of my PC games I own, like physically, are from the dollar store there. And surprisingly some decent titles in there that you would find. But 95% of the PC games I owned were from the dollar store. So I'd always associate the dollar store with getting PC games. With, alright, cool, this is the place that has really cool, really nice games I can get. Really awesome selection of stuff. Recently, unfortunately, they've cheapened out. They don't have PC games there anymore. They very rarely got DVDs in starting this year, actually. Like, I remember going to the dollar store as recently as last year, a dollar store. I forget which one it was, the Dollarama. And they'd have a ton of DVDs. That's where I got Iron Man. They have like Iron Man 2, Creep Show, Rambo 1 through 3. One of the dollar stores I went to had a fantastic selection of DVDs. And it sucks it was one of those times where I could only get one and I didn't have money of my own to get, like, alright, I'll pick up all 20 of these that I want. But there's like maybe 10 or so that I was looking at. I was like, damn, these could be interesting pickups. But yeah. And then 2011 was also an interesting year into 2012 because this was the year that I really started getting into, like, gaming, like, on the go, the DS and 3DS. I remember getting a DS actually in 2008 or 2009 for my birthday. I remember getting a PS3. I'm going for 14 minutes already. I'm sorry, I'm just rambling, but I want to share some of this stuff with you guys. Even though no one's going to care, it's going to get like 8 views. But I remember getting my Nintendo DS when I was like 6 or 7, and I know Super Mario 64 DS, one of my sisters brought me to a Zellers when that was still a thing in Canada. If you're from Canada and you know Zellers, you're an OG. But they got it for me at, I think it was Zellers. I'm pretty sure it was Zellers with their friend at the time. I think they're still friends, but her and her friend took me to Zellers and got me Super Mario 64 DS. I also had New Super Mario Bros., both of which were stolen from me, unfortunately. But I just looking at my games now, Brain Age 2, that was my sister's. SpongeBob SquarePants versus the big one, Beach Party Cook-Off. Chicken Little, because the DS could also play Game Boy Advance games. So I remember getting all these games, and I would play them so much. Like, I loved playing on my DS as well. I loved playing on my DS. And then when the 3DS was announced, and I'm actually showing some games, when Super Mario 3D Land was announced, especially, I was like, oh my god, this is going to be so fun. This is going to be so fun. I'm sorry, my hair looks like a mess, by the way. I'm messing with it a lot right now. But I remember, like, when that was announced, I was like, oh my god, I want the 3DS, I want the 3DS. And then I remember, I forget if it was my birthday or for Christmas of 2012. My parents got me a 3DS. And I remember getting the 3DS, and I was so happy. And it came with Super Mario 3D Land. And I remember my grandmother, one of the final things that she got me the Christmas before so it would have been 2011. It would have been Christmas or my birthday of 2011, actually, not 2012. But 2011, one of the final things that her and one of my grandfathers had gotten me before she passed away was Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time 3D. And still to this day, I've only played it for like 10 seconds because I played it, I started to play it, I was like, okay, I wasn't in the mood for it. I was like, okay, I'll turn it off, I'll play it eventually. And then my 3DS ended up breaking eventually, and I can never play Ocarina of Time 3D. I want to get a 3DS, or I want to get my 3DS fixed or get a new one, because new ones are like really cheap. It's probably more cheaper to just get a new 3DS than get it repaired. And play through it. And speaking of Christmas 2011, would it have been 2011? Yeah. My grandmother, she actually kind of got me into like what is my modern stage of gaming, I want to say. It was really introduced because of her, my ma. It was really introduced because of her, because for Christmas that year, because she knew, no, it would have been 2012 then. I'm pretty sure it was 2012, actually. I'm sorry. 2012, because I wasn't into this in 2011 yet. In 2012. Yeah, my apologies. So, like I said, I'm sorry for going all over the place. It's just I'm not used to doing unscripted videos like this where I'm talking over the span of 18 years here. Well, 15 years here. I'm talking over the span of pretty much 15 years. So it's should be understandable that I'm going off a little bit, but she ended up getting me for Christmas of 2012 SmackDown vs. Raw 2011 because she knew I was a wrestling fan. I was starting to be a wrestling fan as of July that year, 2012. And so she got me this. And because my brother-in-law and my sister, they had a PS3, they let me play that game on their PS3 as well. And that's how I got into Grand Theft Auto 4 as well. Yeah, that's how I got into Grand Theft Auto 4, because those were the two games I would play on their PS3. It was either SmackDown vs. Raw, and if I wasn't playing that, I'd be playing Grand Theft Auto 4. And then eventually when they moved out of, no, not moved out of the room. They would let me play. And then I remember for Christmas, I want to say it was 2014. I want to say Christmas of 2014, I got my own PS4 or my own PS3. I wasn't that advanced. I didn't get a PS4 the year it launched. I got my own PS3. Because they had the PS3 Slim. That was the really, really nice looking model, which is the PS3. You push it, you put the disc in, and then you push the button, it slides out. Like, that was the best model PS3, personally. But for that year, my parents, and God bless them, they didn't know what they were getting me. They got me the PS3 Super Slim. The Super Slim was garbage. I will say it now. It worked. It worked as a PS3. If you're a casual gamer, you know, if you're playing maybe one or two games, you just get a PS3 as a Blu-ray player, pretty much. I think it's like $150, $200. It's good, and it was good. It did its job well. It still does its job. It's the PS3 I use now when I want to play PS3 games. The only issue for me was the space. It only had, I think it was 4. It couldn't have been just 4. It had something like 16 gigabytes, which I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. But then you realize most PS3 games are between 3.5 and 9 gigabytes. At least. Like this game, Bejeweled 3 that I have right here, this is a megabyte of required hard drive space. Because it's fucking Bejeweled. But then I look down here. Oh, I don't have any more PS3 games. But for example, looking at another game I have here. Because it's on 360, it's pretty much the same thing. Damn it doesn't tell me. Okay. Well, that sucks. Oh yeah, because I forgot PS3 or 360 games. You don't have to download. You don't have to install them immediately. You can play them and just choose to install them. But the point is, with the Super Slim, I loved it. Yes, I really liked it. My issue was the hard drive space, but it didn't matter because, and I don't have the PS3 version here, but I do have the 360 version here, and I'll put it here. But I had WWE 2K15. I got this for Christmas 2014. No, so I got my PS3 in 2013 then. I either got it in 2013 or 2015. I don't think I got... There's no way I got this the same year as my PS3. So it was either the year before or the year after. I think it was the year after, actually. But WWE 2K15, I ended up getting that for Christmas 2014. And even though this game is terrible, there's no 2K... there's no career mode on last gen. It's got Who Got NXT. The roster's terrible. I honestly love this one. I love this game mostly because I just remember I just have such fond memories of playing this on the PS3 when I first got it. Because I remember it was the first thing I opened. I remember waking up on Christmas and once everyone was up and my sister was recording and I got to see if she has the video for it. Not this, the PS3 version. I opened it up first. I was like, yes, 2K15. I was like, all right, bye, everybody. And jokingly. But once I opened everything else up, once I brought everything to my room, immediately opened 2K15, put in my PS3, WWE 2K15 has to update. And so I let it install because it was out for pretty much 2 months at that point. So it had to update the game. The game had to update. So I let it update. I'm doing some stuff with my dad. We put together one of the little wrestling rings I got, and I think the steel cage. I think I got a steel cage that year as well. And once 2K15's done, I spent the whole day playing through 2K Showcase, playing Who Got NXT, playing exhibition matches, setting up universe mode. I had so many fond memories of WWE 2K15, and I think that's what really... Okay, they're gonna fall over. Yeah. But that's what I really remember as, like, my prime years starting as a wrestling fan and playing wrestling video games and getting WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2008, getting all of the games from WWF SmackDown Just Bring It all the way to 2K16 on both previous and the current gen. Well, technically last gen now. 2 gens ago, I should say, for the PS3 and 360, because I'm not used to the PS5 being out. But I remember that's what really got me. 2K15 especially, but also obviously definitely SmackDown vs. Raw 2011. Both those games really got me into wanting to play next gen or PS3 and 360 video games and like seriously. And that's what really started getting me into like more playing of the Wii, the 360, the PS3. Really started making me get into these consoles. And I was also starting to get into PS2 collecting and old gen like NES games. I have a few NES and SNES games. You know, get me into collecting handhelds like DS and 3DS, kind of. You know, and then, I would play my PS3. I got my 360 from a friend at school, actually. From a friend I had at school. And these are going to be the final 2 things I tell real quick. I'm pretty sure before I end the video. But I got my Xbox 360, this console right here, for those who don't know, from a friend at school. I ended up getting my 360 because they wanted the Xbox One. Because this was, I want to say it was 2015. Maybe 2014, but more than likely 2015 at this point. Might have been 2016 even, but I'm going to say 2015, 2016, somewhere around there. But they wanted the Xbox One at this point. And so what they were doing is they were selling their Xbox 360 with like 20 games included, and it was only for like $200. So you get a console, all of his games, which is a bunch of NHL games and some miscellaneous stuff like Star Wars Connect. I'm trying to see if there's any in here. No, there's not. But like a bunch of miscellaneous otherwise stuff, and it was only $200. And I remember calling him and talking with him, and that's when he told me like, oh yeah, I'm trying to sell my Xbox, and I asked him, I was like, how much? Like, what games are in it with it? I was so excited, and asked my mom and dad like, please, can I get his 360? Can I buy his 360 off him? And mom counted money. Was like, how much is it? I was like 200. Total 200. And he was like, all right, you can get it. And so I remember waiting anxiously for like 2 or 3 days. And then he was able to bring it over. Brought it over. My brand new 360. Run downstairs, set it up. Boom. And I'm playing. I forget what I was playing. I forget if it was NHL or whatever. I think it was NHL 15. I was playing NHL 15. Boom, all day long. And that's what really kickstarted my 360 craze that I still have to this day. Because the 360, I will argue, is much better than the PS3 in every regard except online. And maybe the interface as well. I don't really care for the interface of the 360. PS3 is a simple, easy to click around to, in my opinion. I really like the PS3 menu. And the fact you don't need to pay $10 a month or $60 a month to get online on the PS3. Like, to play online now with the PS4, like, that's fine, whatever. It's $10 a month. Even though I don't own it. I don't have PlayStation Gold. PlayStation Network Gold, whatever it's called. But I got my PS3, or my 360, and from then on, I would go to a pawn shop. I'm not going to say the name of it, because if once this COVID stuff passes over, and I'm able to go there again, I'm not letting anybody steal any games or movies from me. But I used to go to this pawn shop after I got my PS3, and I would find so many 360 sports games and 360 games otherwise that I want to get for like $1, because the sports games there are always $1 no matter what console, unless they have them on the wall behind them, which in that case, tough shit, you're paying more. But $1 sports games, $3 actually for PS3 and 360 games. $2 was like PS2, Xbox games, stuff like that, unless there were sports games, obviously. And so I started building up my 360 collection off the 20 games I had in Halo 3, because I had bought that before. The special collector's edition thing, for $10. And then I would start accumulating my 360 collection and even a little bit my PS3 collection. And then the final thing I want to bring up before I end the video, because I've been talking for nearly half an hour, and I know some of you guys are probably like, shut up already, we get it, you're gaming, you like gaming. But I think the biggest thing, or the most recent thing that has really like affected me gaming wise, was getting my PS4. And this is an interesting story. So I was a fan of watching someone on Twitch. I don't know if they still do Twitch. I don't know their online presence anymore. Quite frankly, I stopped following them like a year and a half ago or something like that. But at the time, they were running this giveaway. And they were saying, all right, enter, all you gotta do, I think it's like, follow me on Twitch, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, share it with like 3 friends or something like that, and you're entered into a PS4 giveaway. And I was like, this is probably bullshit, just whatever. And so I enter it anyways. And the thing is, this guy's like a small streamer at the time. He has like 8 viewers per stream. And I understand him wanting us to share so the stream gets more traction and he gets more viewers and more viewers. Turns out I was like one of 4 people that entered this contest. And so dude does the draw, make sure we're all on stream. He gets our not Discord. I think he asked us if we have like PlayStation or Xbox, like PS3 or 360, just in case, to contact us that way. And of course I said, oh, I have both, but PS3 for me is my preferred method because I actually have online for that. So sent me a DM, hey, I'm live or whatever. We all tune into the stream, and he does the draw like out of a hat. He does like, I think he's like, if you share for 3 friends, if you share it with 1, you get 3 votes. And then like you share with 3 people, you get 5. You can only share with 3 people. Anything more is just extra, and it's like, all right, you still get the 5, whatever. I shared it with 3 people, and so I got five things. And so what he was doing is he was drawing 3 times. He was doing a first draw just to see who gets it, second for fun, and then the third one would get the PlayStation. So the first one of the other guys wins. It's like J Michaels 308 or something like that. I forget exactly what the guy's name was. Second, let's just say Doyle. Say my uncle entered. I don't think he did, but let's just say Doyle. Doyle draws second. And at this point, I'm sweating. I'm like, holy shit! One of my names hasn't been picked yet. My odds are really good right now. Picks the name out, and he's like, I forgot my Twitch name at the time. It was like Harry RO2, and immediately I'm just like, holy shit! I just want a PlayStation 4. I just want a PS4. You know. And so I'm not even thinking, oh, this is a scam at this point. And so dude contacts me via email. I'll give him my email, give him my address, because I'm so excited. Like I said, I completely forgot it might be a scam. And he's like, all right, I'll get it shipped out in the next day or 2. I'll send you the tracking info or whatever, where every time it updates where it is. You should have it probably within the next 4 days, because this is before COVID and before things took like a year to arrive to your house. And so I'm like, all right, awesome. Check 2 days later, and I have an email from the guy with the tracking info for the PS4. And it's in like Calgary or something, or Toronto or something like that. And I'm like, holy shit, this guy actually is sending me a PS4. Did I say PS3 before? I feel like I said PS3, but PS4. And 2 days later, or a day later, or something like that, my PS4 shows up. And I forget, he actually specified, oh, if you get the PS4, I'll send you a game with it as well. I'll send you a free game, like a free surprise game. Since it's a PS4, you likely don't have a game for it. I'll send it, like, no matter who won. Like, he was gonna send just a random game. And so I opened this package, and the PS4 is there. It's a PS4. He didn't tamper with. It's not tampered with or anything. Tear the seal off, pull it out. The PS4 console's there with all the wires, and the bonus game is Battlefield 1. And he puts like a little note. I forget exactly what it was. He's like, "Hey, dude, congrats on winning the contest. Thank you for being a viewer of mine. Have fun with the PS4. If you want to add me, my name is this." I'm not gonna say the name because I still have him on PS4 actually. He's been online actually. I'm not 100% sure if he still does Twitch though. Like I said, but he sent me the PS4. It's the one I still have to this day. Run through a couple controllers of it. That's one thing that I have improved on recently. I'm not destroying controllers left, right, and center. The controller I've had for just about 2 or 3 months. So yeah, I'm not looking off screen because I have notes or anything. I'm looking on screen just because it's just a bunch of games I have here. But yeah, I have my PS4 it's because of this guy, and yeah, I've had it for 3 years now. 3 years now. I've gained a bit of games for it: NHL, WWE, Battlefield, Destiny, Friday the 13th, God of War 3 remastered, MLB, UFC. I've gotten a good collection of games. If you guys saw the video game collection, you would know. I'm not scolding, but I'm just saying, if you saw the video game collection, you would know what my PS4 collection is. Actually, you would know what my whole video game collection is. I haven't gotten one since the beginning of the month. But yeah. So I think that was probably the last really, really important thing that's happened to me in terms of gaming. Well, in terms of like big things like getting a console or knowing like really vivid memories of video games. So yeah, I think that is gonna end the video. I've been going for almost 35 minutes. I need to shut up and I just need to start working on different videos because rambling like this is not great for me. In terms of YouTube, because people are gonna click off 10 minutes in thinking, oh, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Even though it's what I'm mentioning. No, but thank you guys so much for watching. Yeah, I could have talked about how I got into playing hockey games in WWE or whatever. Well, I talked about WWE or whatever, but like, I think from there it's like pretty easy. Like, okay, NHL, I got the 360, and I just really started getting into those games then, and you know, but yeah, I guess technically I could mention emulators real quick. I started playing emulators in like 2012. I got a DS emulator on my computer for like a minute, played it, it was fun. And then like I would go on the site Nintendo8.com. I'm pretty sure that's what it was, Nintendo8.com. Don't go on it just in case there's viruses. I didn't think about that as a kid. But Nintendo8.com. And I would always play like Mario Bros. 3, Mario Bros. On there. And then like 2018 or something, I've started getting emulators only for consoles I have and only for games I have. Wink, wink. Totally not avoiding legalities. So like I'd get not PC emulator. I'd get a 3DS emulator and get Mario 3D Land on there because my 3DS doesn't work. I'd get a DS emulator and get Grand Theft Auto Chinatown Wars because I have that, for example, And so, I'd get these games because I can't play them because my DS and 3DS are broken, for example, I'd get a PSP emulator because I totally used to have a PSP in the past, wink, wink. No, but I like emulators. They're a really fun and sufficient way to play video games, in my opinion. I really like emulators. But yeah, guys, that is gonna do it for today's video. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, favorite, share, inclusive, but not limited to YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, and everything else. My name is Harry Rice. Subscribe to the Puff Club. Subscribe to the Hazy Club. Subscribe to join the Sub Hub. If you're a member of the Mod Squad, thank you very much for moderating the streams or the videos if you are on any of those. It means a lot. Yeah. Links in the description on my Twitter and my Twitch. My Twitter, I don't use all that often. Twitch, even though I absolutely hate it, I do want to start streaming on there occasionally. Just some videos. Just some quick, fun little video game streams. Just to see if it works better than Twitch or better than YouTube. My PayPal, Amazon Wishlist, and PO Box are in the description. If you guys do want to send anything my way via the PayPal, it is greatly appreciated. You will get your name on the big-ass non-dono board of not donos. It will be in the background of the next non-25 Days of Hair video and stream. The reason I do it for both is because the streams look really bad because of my current Wi-Fi, so I do it in the videos as well just to make up for it. Amazon Wishlist and PO Box are also in the description, and if you do want to send anything to me via there, it is greatly appreciated. Never asked for neither with the PayPal, but it is always appreciated. Never asked for, but always appreciated. Typically, if there's anything sent to me, you will get a video of me unboxing whatever it is. However, during the month of December and potentially November, that is something to discuss for next year. I will save anything that is sent to me via the PO Box. I will save it on my desk, and I will open it on a special Christmas Day live stream. That's right. I will have a Christmas Day live stream this year, as I did last year. Thankfully, we're not moving, so I will be able to stream with this camera and a good quality house. A good quality house. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But yeah, I will be able to stream. Whether I do have stuff to open or not, it'll be a fun Christmas Day live stream. I'm going to come up here maybe half an hour to an hour, something like that. But yeah. There's that. It's gonna be fun, I'm pretty sure. I also have my speedrunning account in the description. I will, once I get a PS2 controller that works with my PC, I do want to start speedrunning and doing video game videos again, because I don't want to hunch over a keyboard and you guys hear it all in the mic. I also have my Discord in the description. If you guys want to join that, it is greatly appreciated. I do post videos every time I go. I do post notifications every time I go live, and every time I post every time I go live or post a video. So if you want those, or you want to chat with anyone in the Discord, you can check that out. It is really fun. Sometimes when it isn't dead. But final thing I have in the description is my letterbox. It's where I rate and review movies. Very rarely I'll actually review them. Most of the time I just rate them. Check it out if you want to know what movies I love, unless you'd rather check out the video made for Christmas Day last year, which may or may not be in my top 5 movies of all time in 2019, or if you want to wait till the end of the year this year, if you want to wait another 9 days, you can check out the top 100 movies of all time of 2020. I also put what movies I hate on my letterbox, if you guys want to check that out. Might make a video on that in the future. It would be something interesting, I think. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much going to do it. Thank you all so much for watching. My name is Harry Rice. Please hit that subscribe button. Again, my name is Harry Rice, and I am out. Peace.